So, Kim, I think we need to hop over to our next roving reporter, which is the amazing Denise Millet. So, it's over to you, Denise.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Denise Millet coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm here to help entrepreneurs be found online. And this week we are talking about your podcasts. And we want to talk about that thing you spend all this time creating and you give it so much thought and you build these beautiful products. And we know people are listening. We know there are listeners everywhere. They're in their homes, they're at work, they're in their cars, they're outdoors. They take the podcast with them wherever they are. So now we want to wonder, how is it that they're finding their podcasts? Do we know how they're finding them? Or are we just assuming that they're going to a podcast platform to find what they want to listen to because it's such an integral part of their lives? Well, I'm here to tell you that a recent study found out that 30% of listeners use search engines to find new podcasts. Wow, right? Who would have thought a search engine is the place where that many people may be finding their episodes or their podcasts to listen to? I wonder if it's because the podcast platforms are difficult to find things on. But 30% of listeners, that is a huge portion of the listening population. So I think we need to listen to their listeners and try to make our podcasts findable on the place we can control, our website. So create a single page for each episode that you create in your podcast. Put it on your website so it'll get included in search. So these people scrolling on their phones looking for something new and interesting to listen to on whatever topics you're talking about can find you and find your product. Because in the end, what we really want for everyone is for you to be findable. Because if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. Back to you, Kim and Carrie. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Denise.
My goodness, that was a really good one that ties in so much today, Carrie. And even last week we talked about podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know that fact, Carrie? Did you know that 30% of people came from searching on like the web
I did
versus
not. No.
podcatchers?
No. And here's the funny thing. Like, if you had have asked me before seeing that, I would have said they're all coming from the podcatchers. So all the players that we have on our phones, the apps that we download, I would have thought that's where people look. So 30% is a big number.
It is a big number, Carrie. And I feel like, we have up-leveled our podcasts by having those pages and by doing some of those things. So I think Denise is brilliant when it comes to all of that. I think she's done a great job of influencing us all. Let's just say that.